Welcome back. It is Friday night, which means it is time to turn our attention to our New Yorker of the Week. She's introducing dogs into the lives of students to help improve their skills. Take a look. This is not your typical classroom assistant, but for Audrey Hendler and the Broome Street Academy, these dogs are teaching tools, helping students develop social skills.
There's so much that we can learn from them. They help us live in the moment. It helps you, I think, look at the world in a different way.
Audrey's view of the world changed when she volunteered with a dog program at a prison.
It was amazing the impact that the dogs had on the inmates in terms of their self-esteem, and they were good at something, and somebody trusted them with something, and it was really, it transformed inmates, and at the same time, it transformed me.
In 2010, she quit her job and founded A Fair Shake for Youth. It's a nonprofit using trained therapy dogs to help underserved youth build self-esteem and understand responsibility.
It's a way for the kids to experience teaching and experience having a relationship with a living being that's positive. The things that these dogs have gone through, a lot of the kids can relate to, whether they've been abandoned or they haven't been well treated.
Patience, discipline, positive reinforcement. As the students learn how to teach the dogs good behavior, similar lessons begin to take effect in their lives.
It teaches you, responsibility, how to be, kind to new people, and how to respond to certain body language, and how to be nice and kind no matter what happens or any situation.
A lot of the kids in these schools are a little troubled and stuff, but when they see the dogs, they automatically just light up and have a better feeling about it and just get carefree and happy.
And so, for offering a helping paw to improve the lives of young New Yorkers, Audrey Hendler is our New Yorker of the Week. And joining me now in the studio is our New Yorker of the Week, Audrey Hendler. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
So we all have these feelings, we're going to quit our job and do more to give back, but none of us actually do it. You did. Why'd you do that?
Well, because I was so moved by my experience teaching in the prison that I just couldn't imagine myself going back to doing marketing. I loved it, it was interesting, but I saw this tremendous need and this tremendous opportunity that was out there to use dogs to help kids. Why wait till they're grown up and in prison, or why all these kids in my neighborhood, we have all these dogs, why don't we figure out a way to put them together?
Was there one moment that triggered that decision, or was it something that came gradually?
I think sort of both. I think the one story I always remember is one woman that I was teaching in prison who started challenging me for 1 point on a test one morning. And I remembered how a year before she had been in the program, she really didn't have a lot of self-confidence. And I thought, oh my goodness, look what has happened to her over the year. But that didn't mean that she was going to get out, right? So I thought, wow, here's this opportunity. What if we had this program for her when she was younger? So I guess that was kind of the moment for the light bulb.
And it's not just you on this team. Lucy is here in the studio. I don't know if we have a shot of the dog.
She's resting.
Yeah, she's resting. So give us some examples of the things that Lucy does to help these students. These are not inmates, these are kids.
No, these are definitely kids, which is really fun.
Right, but the goal of the program is to keep them on the straight and narrow. How does Lucy help?
It's to keep them on the straight and narrow, and as we've gone, we've figured out that it's just not kids who maybe are straying from the straight and narrow, but kids maybe who don't have as many opportunities, who have more challenges in their life. And as one of the students said, this just brings such a positive to them. Dogs are honest, non-judgmental, and so if you can learn something with a dog and learn how to relate with a dog, you give yourself more confidence, you see more opportunities for your own life. So it really is broad-reaching. But these dogs, we have like 30 volunteers. So Lucy's a small piece. As I've realized, it's hard to teach and manage her. So we have lots of volunteers. And the dogs all know how to sit. But, dogs, if they think they can get away with something, sometimes they'll sit. I don't really know what that is. I think I've heard that before. So the kids practice doing commands. We teach them sometimes to have the dogs crawl. We do those cognition games where we hide the treats. And so the dogs, they're always willing participants. I often hear from the volunteers, as soon as we were coming here, they dragged me inside.
And you sometimes make those connections with those kids, and how does that make you feel? We absolutely make those
connections. It's great. It's great to have the kids make the connections for themselves. A kid will say to us, you know, I have a friend who hurts his dog, you know, and we talk about what does that mean. And he came to me a couple weeks later and said he spoke to his friend and convinced him. So it's really moving when they come and do it.
And please keep it up. We're going to have that website for our viewers at home. Audrey Hendler and Lucy, our New Yorkers of the Week, representing AFairShakeForYouth.org. That's where you can find out more information. Audrey, thank you so much. And remember, if you know someone who would make a good New Yorker of the Week, we want to know about it. NYER@NY1.com. That is all the time we have for now. The computer ate the snap poll results. We'll try again Monday. I'm John Schumer. I'll talk with you then.